Hey guys, Christopher Bosey here, one of your AFC fleet leaders, here to tell you about how to donate to your fleet. Now, guys, the AFC has a disclaimer, and that's that the AFC Armada does not require you to donate to become a member of our community or to participate in game with us. However, with that said, there are many in-game rewards that when you donate to a fleet that you can have access to that we at the AFC believe you're going to want for your character progression. So just being a member, you automatically have the permission to donate, but you need to achieve the first rank in order to receive full benefits for donating. So when I say the first rank, well, what the heck do I mean by that? Well, let's take a look at the ranking system in your fleet in order to find that. So if you look over here on your mini map on the bottom right hand corner, you see this little the little Starfleet stars there. Go ahead and click that, and that'll bring up your fleet window. Now, when you're looking at the fleet window, you go under roster, and typically it might be on status or something like that. There's a drop-down menu right here, and if you go to overall holding contribution, that will and then you find your name, and my name's Christopher Bosey. You'll notice it'll tell you how much you've donated to the fleet, and so in this case I've donated 33 million to the fleet. Well, what the heck does that mean? Well, each fleet will typically have a ranking system that they use, and that's why that there's this fleet rank category here. And so if you look under the information tab, usually the description of how to achieve a higher rank in your fleet will be listed there clearly, so that you can see what it is that you're going to be expected to do. Now, I want to note again that at the very first rank, the 25,000, in my case warrior, but in other fleets it will be different according to that fleet, as far as what it's called. But that second rank or that first rank that you achieve is where it unlocks all access to all the different things that you could buy from the holdings. Okay, so that is really important to note, because we're not going to make you go through all the way to legends or captain or admiral or something like that in whatever fleet that you're in order to start benefiting from your donations. No, we're going to go ahead and let you just make that first little token donation, because we don't require it from you, but it's always nice to get donations from the fleet. We're always about helping each other progress, but like I said, it's not required in fleets. So how to rank up and how to find your particular rank is all going to be associated with this right here, your overall holding contribution, and it's only going to be tracking this character in this specific fleet. Okay, and it's also important to note that even if you fleet hopped before, it doesn't mean that you lost the donations in that other fleet. If you were ever to go put the ear tune back into that fleet, those contributions would still be listed there. They'd all be saved. But I want to show you another way that some fleeties look at their their lifetime credits and think, oh my gosh, there's why am I not like a higher rank? And what do I mean by lifetime fleet credits? Well, let's take a look at your character status window. If you go under the progression tab here, and you scroll down, you'll notice that this lifetime fleet credits earned category, and it says 52 million right here, when clearly in the fleet I've only donated 33. Well, that's because this lifetime fleet credits earned is actually across all the different fleets and donations that this character has donated to across since its inception. So this keeps track of literally every donation I've ever made to any fleet, whereas this one keeps track of only what I've donated specifically to this fleet. So I hope that that is very, very clear. And I want to note that that the AFC typically only has you put down 25,000 to unlock both that first promotion rank and access to all of the equipment, items, buffs, doffs, boffs, and starships that the holdings can give you. But it will cost you significantly more fleet credits than that to get what you're going to want. So be prepared to donate to get those fleet credits, because believe me, you're going to want those. So now that we've noted that we can only track the donations that you give to the actual fleet, you should know how to rank up in your system. Now we can show you exactly how it is that you're going to donate. So the first thing is you're going to want to go back to your fleet tab, and you're going to go to the holdings tab here. And you're going to notice that your fleet has many different holdings along this sidebar here. It's got a colony, dilithium mine, an embassy. It has a K-13 holding, a research lab, a spire, and a starbase in this case. They're said to be an added gamma holding that's going to be upcoming in the new expansion, which which we're very, very excited about in the fall. But before we even get there, we want to show you what you can do in this particular holdings. Now you're going to notice when I click on the Starbase, for example, right now it shows that these are all the active projects currently running, and they're actually running. And so when you click on them, you can see what it is that was required in order for you to donate in order to get that cooldown running. However, in this case, there's nothing actually open for me to donate to. So I go to another holding and I look, and again, we're still blocked off again. Oh, here's one. So here we go. This is an open holding that I can actually make donations to. And if you'll notice what it takes to get this thing running. So let's say, okay, well, I have 244,000 EC. I can donate that. So I go ahead and put that in there, click, and done. I have just donated 244,800 EC to the fleet, and I'm going to get the subsequent credits for it. But keep in mind, some things are worth more than others. For example, donating that probably only gave me a few thousand fleet credits. Now, if I were to donate dilithium, which I rarely ask people to do because I know how valuable dilithium is in game for progression, but just for the sake of argument, let's go ahead and do this. You'll notice that if I go ahead and donate that 14,200 plus the boost, typically it's 1-to-1, but because I have a boost to the fleet credits that I earn right now for bonus, I'm actually going to get a little bit extra. But typically donating dilithium is pretty much 1-to-1. If you're going to donate, let's say 20,000 expertise, in that case, I'm only going to get 800 fleet credits, but then I'm also going to get my boost. But you see what I mean? 20,000 expertise, 800 fleet credits. Dilithium is 1-to-1. That's one of the better ones. If you want the best one, though, the actual best thing to do is fleet marks. You'll notice that if I were to donate just one fleet mark, I get 50 fleet credits. So one fleet mark for 50 fleet credits, that is a fantastic ratio. And so if I were to donate all 383, that means that I would get 19,150 fleet credits just for donating these fleet marks that I earned by running different missions or queues in game with my fellow fleet members. And so that's a fantastic way to gain more fleet credits for more purchases that you're going to want to make in game. Another way that you can donate to the fleet is to donate to the Armada itself. Now let's say you're running through here and all the projects are filled up and you don't have anything, or they're not running at the time, and there's nothing that you can do currently to actually contribute to your specific fleet. Well, there is a way for you to continue to earn fleet marks even without doing it in your fleet. So if you go over and you notice the tabs up top here and you go to Armada, you'll notice that it'll list all the different fleets that we have in the Armada. When you're looking at these, if your fleet doesn't have any projects open, inevitably other fleets will. And so if you click on, say, a different fleet, let's say Temporal Legion, and you go to their little holdings tab here, you can take a look and see what projects they might be running and what might be open to donate to. And what that'll do is it'll give you an opportunity to go ahead and check other fleets to see if they have projects open that you can earn fleet credits for, if you want to make sure that you get whatever it is that you're after, really, really quickly, so that you can earn an extra 4,500 fleet credits in this fleet just for contributing a few duty officers or something like that. It's just another way to go ahead and continue to donate even if there's nothing in your fleet. And once again, I just want to reiterate that when you donate this way, there's no way for us to track if you're donating to other fleets outside of your own. So please understand when you shouldn't expect to be promoted for that. It's just mostly a way for you to earn more fleet credits. That way you'll still have access to all the stuff that you want to get in fleet. And if your fleet doesn't have something open to it at the time, because maybe it's not high enough in its tier in order to access what it is that you're looking for out of that fleet, don't worry. The AFC's got your back, and we'll go ahead and find a tier 5 or tier 3 holding for you that you can purchase that from, so that you can still have access to it. We allow our players to do that, and we provision ourselves well in this fleet in order to be able to gain access to those things. So you should never want for anything. So I think that's about it. I think that's all we've got for you today. So if you'd like to know more about what items you can actually purchase from the fleet's holdings, or want to know more about how to take STO to the next level, please see our fleet holding videos in our AFC Command YouTube channel. And as always, if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask any of the fleet leaders for assistance. We are here for you. And once again, I am Christopher Bosey, one of your AFC Armada fleet leaders. Don't forget to boldly go.